Hi there. On weekends, we do reruns so that yours truly can take a couple days off. Look for a fresh new episode on Monday. Meanwhile, please enjoy this episode for this day from a previous year. I thank you so much for your indulgence and loyalty, and have a great weekend. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for August 17th. August 17th is the 299th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 230th in leap years, with 136 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is logophile. Logophile is a noun that means lover of words. The word logophile comes to us from Greek logo, which means speech, word, or reason, and phile, which means one that loves, likes, or is attracted to. Logophile, logophile. This combined word is surprisingly young as words go. First documented use of the word logophile is 1959. Logophile. And if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day section, drop it in the comments for me. We'll take a look at it. And with that, we're going to start on August 17th, 1549, when the Prayer Book Rebellion was quashed in England. What in the world does that mean? Well, the Catholic faith was huge in those days, and it was more than just about faith. Religion was also a significant player in politics and power. Of course, we've talked about Henry VIII before, particularly in the way that he changed wives the way some people changed their seasonal decor. Maybe not quite that frequently, but getting unhitched from one wife to marry the next wife just because he wanted to didn't sit well with the Pope and the Catholic Church. And when the Pope wouldn't give him an annulment, Henry VIII set out to break away from the authority of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church, creating a new church and putting himself in charge. All this is backstory to the English Reformation, which is associated with the Protestant Reformation and the wider European Protestant Reformation. Anyway, in 1549, a book called the Book of Common Prayer was published, presenting the revised theology of the English Reformation, and this set off protests known as the Prayer Book Rebellion. Things got a bit more heated than one might have expected that they would, and actual military engagements resulted. On August 17, 1836, the British Act for Marriages in England of 1836 was set to legalize civil marriages in England and Wales beginning January 1, 1837. Before that, the only recognized marriages were those performed by religious bodies such as the Church of England, the Jews, or the Quakers. One effect of this old law was that if anyone of any faith other than the designated faiths married, or the unchurched, had to be married according to rites and ceremonies that they didn't necessarily support by a priest that they believed had no authority. If they didn't, they had no legal rights as married people. This act set about to resolve that issue. The first meeting of the 12-step self-help group Narcotics Anonymous took place on August 17, 1953 in Southern California. On August 17, 1969, the grooviest event in music history, the Woodstock Music and Art Fair, drew to a close after 3 days of peace, love, and rock and roll in upstate New York. The Soviet spacecraft Venera 7 launched on August 17, 1970. Now, you might remember it wasn't that long ago that we talked about Magellan going to Venus in 1990. Venera 7, though, would be the first spacecraft to soft land on another planet and the first to transmit data from there back to Earth. Venera 7. Today's song is People Got to Be Free by the Rascals, number 1 on August 17, 1968. An example of what is known as blue-eyed soul, this song was actually inspired by a frightening incident the band had experienced while on the road. People Got to Be Free was written by Felix Cavallari and Eddie Brigatti and released in 1968, coincidentally the same year that Martin Luther King Jr. and Bobby Kennedy were assassinated. Rough year, 1968. Musically upbeat, People Got to Be Free is an impassioned plea for tolerance and freedom. It spent 5 weeks in that number one spot and has been covered by the likes of Dionne Warwick, The Fifth Dimension, and The Brooklyn Bridge. People Got to Be Free by the Rascals. Number one, August 17th, 1968. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. And you can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Oh, get your microphone. Okay. Phone over there. Hello. Okay. With 202 days remaining to the end of the world. End of the year. Please, not the end of the world. 202 days remaining to the end of the year. Let's read that one again. Yep, it is. That's what it's called. All right. Third time better be a charm. There's no "the" there. Start over. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. I don't ad-lib very well. You know what? Maybe we can leave that one off. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. I don't know. Can I get this edited? Let's find out. Alrighty. Back to work. I think we got it this time.